a chance to watch it again and learn about the beautiful theater tidbits and childhood games about Greece and Brazil. So of course, if you're tuning in right now, this is the Global Forms Theater Festival. So how it started is that I think it must be like end of May. So about a month ago, a month and a half ago, 30, 40 of us international artists who are based in New York came together, and we're like, what do? We are technically jobless right now, but we have so much creative energy that we want to get out. So what can we do with it? And so Yue, our fearless leader, producer, she's like, you know what? Let's put together an international theater festival. And here we are. So it's very, very exciting. And Selma, would you please tell us more about this particular session today?
Absolutely. Well, I'll talk about the series all first. Thank you, Jody. Hi, everyone. I'm Salma Zodi. I am an Egyptian dramaturg, and I'm excited to be here today. So the series that Jody and I are hosting throughout this week is called Global Gab. As you can see, it's a cross-cultural conversation. We wanted to keep things light and casual. So what we're doing is that we are grouping different people, different theater artists from different parts of the world to sit together and share something that we assigned them to share. So today's topic is for each of them to share 3 theater tidbits from their home countries, or what they call home. And then there's a bonus follow-up question after that, once we have time. I would like to introduce the gals today. Chrysi from Greece and Luiza from Brazil, and they will be sharing with us cool theater tidbits. Brazil versus Greece, not versus, but Brazil and Greece. It is not a football match.
No fizz. All right, so yeah, let's get started. So Chrysi, we decided that you would go first just because your name was first on my list. So yeah, would you please share with us some theater tidbits about Greece? I feel like, we always go with the stereotypical Greek theater, and tell us more, correct our assumptions, and educate us, please.
Okay, so I was thinking about it, and I did some research, and I knew that in Athens and in general in Greece right now, we have so many theaters. Like we're not a big population. We're about 10 million people. And
wow.
So we have like
10 million is a lot.
What?
10 million is a lot.
It's 10 million as a country, okay? So, I mean, yeah, it is a lot. Okay, it depends. It depends on with what you're comparing. But we're very small, 10 million, and still we have like so many theaters. And I did some research because I was like, how many theaters do we have? And actually that, I couldn't find that because it's more than it's like we have hundreds in Athens and we have a couple of other hundreds around the rest of Greece. But what I found, that was counted, is how many productions were done the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And, the past 3 years, every year it was above 1,600 shows per year.
Yeah.
And that huge increase on the productions started even more so after the economic crisis in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
After that, every year it's more and more and more and more.
Okay.
It just makes you wonder what is going to happen now after the coronavirus. I think everybody's going to be like, let's produce everything.
Yeah. So the first tidbit is the sheer amount of theater that is produced in Greece. Yes. Selma, were you about to say something?
Yeah, I'm saying maybe we'll go back to old school theater making and we'll start making it outdoors again.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
So we'll see.
Well, on that note, actually, in Athens, they decided to keep the festival that happens in the Epidaurus Theater that happens every summer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to happen again. It's just not going to be as big, and there are not going to be as many performances. And I think they're going to reduce the capacity, but the shows are going to happen. or some of the shows are going to happen from the National Theater. I don't know if there's going to be from other companies. Anyway, and the theater that I just said, Epidaurus Theater, is one of the most, another theater tidbit. It's one of the most.
Number 2. Okay, we're at
Number two. I'm going for the second. I'm like, I'm having like a, okay. So.
Okay, I'm here. I'm here to help guide you.
Okay. So yeah, this number 2 tidbit is that about this theater. It's one of the oldest theaters in the world.
Mm-hmm.
On that theater, we had these huge celebrations in ancient Greece. It, by the way, was built around 400 BC from recordings that we have. That's kind of where we estimate that they first created it.
Mm-hmm.
It's still there. You can still go. And it's out of Athens, about 2.5 hours away. And it's one of the most amazing places. It has about 14,000 people audience capacity.
Yeah.
In the middle of the forest. And it was connected and it was devoted to the ancient god Asclepios, which was the god of health, because they thought that when the audience would watch, or people who were sick, because they had like a hospital there nearby, that when they would take the sick patients, by watching theater, they realized that the patients were getting better. So I want to share a picture of that.
Yes, please. Let me take this slide off and you can share. And I think after this, let's take a break from Greece and let's go to Brazil for some theater.
Yes. Okay. Let me share.
Show us this magnificent theater. You know, I was thinking, even if it's 14,000 seats and you leave one seat empty, you still get 7,000 bodies in there.
Yep.
Whoa.
Don't do it.
Wait, are those seats numbered? Or how do you find your seat?
You know, it's not numbered. They've separated the theater in sections. So you have the upper section and down section and like maybe like the VIP seats.
Yeah.
It's like
so it's kind of first come, first serve for each section.
Yeah. So
whoa.
There you go, like a bigger picture.
Whoa.
And so like to go there and to watch a performance there, it's one of the best experiences you can have. Like, so if you get the chance, this is definitely one of the first places you should go again after things become a bit better in terms of.
Are the actors mic'd up?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask how does sound carry?
So it has one of the best acoustics of any theater that has ever.
Wow.
So if you sit down on the like if you stand on the stage and you speak, it's just like sends the sound like all the way on the.
Really?
Sometimes, like I think if they have like an older actor or there is some concern about a performance or whatever, I think they put some kind of like general mics around the stage.
Okay.
But not really a lot of the times it's not. You need a huge, like a very, very skilled and trained diaphragm to perform.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
right. Thank you for sharing that. That is so amazing. I want to be in one of those seats really soon.
Right?
Don't you miss life? All right, so why don't we take a trip to Brazil? So I know, Chrysi, you shared too. Let's keep a bookmark there. And Luiza, tell us something about Brazil theater. I think I have no knowledge of Brazil theater at all.
Yeah, so like theater in Brazil, it started off with like a lot when the Portuguese came to Brazil and they started colonizing, and they used it for like a way to pass through religion and Catholicism. And like the picture that I think it's okay to share. I think it's gonna.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
But the picture I want to share is like the first theater built in Brazil, and it started off like this. It was actually built in like 1813. But a lot of fires happened, and it doesn't look anything like it anymore.
Why? Who's setting those fires?
I think they just. They're not very good to keeping like the fires down. It happens a lot in Brazil with like older buildings.
Oh dear.
Yeah, they don't put like a lot of like sprinklers around, and then it happens.
Oh dear.
It's sad because we lose this like big building that it's like history.
Yeah.
at the same time, like people know it's there, but it doesn't even have the same name anymore. They changed the name a bunch of times. But I thought it was very interesting to see, like, because on the right side, that's a theater in Portugal, so you can kind of see like how similar it was the first version, and like
the 3 arc in front as the entrance, and then a balcony above it.
So what was the inaugural name of it?
It was called Real Teatro São João, which is like the like royal theater, and like São João was the king at the time.
Gotcha.
And that was the name, and now it's called something completely different. And it's sad, but it's like kind of cool to see that it was something like that once. So that's my first tidbit.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, okay. And my second tidbit, it's like the most popular play in Brazil. And this play, it's like it was written in like 1890s, and it's still super popular today. It was made into a movie, and it was made into a TV show. And it was written during like a big movement in theater in Brazil that they started using a lot of comedy and satire. And this play makes like fun of like the everyday life in Brazil, and it's still very popular.
Yeah. So what is the title of this play?
So it's called Trair e Começar. No, wait, I'm going to read because I think the thing is on the top. It's called Trair e Coçar é só começar.
Yeah. What does that mean in English?
It means to cheat. It doesn't even make a lot of sense in my brain in Portuguese, but it basically says to cheat and like scratch and to start.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's basically about a bunch of affairs, and like there's the main maid, and she thinks that like the wife in the house is having an affair, and then the guy's also having an affair. So she starts to like causing all this drama between them, and it's like it's a big comedy.
It looks like it's a farce.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's also interesting to realize. I noticed that the picture from by Juliana in a TV adaptation, there's a black actress playing the lead role of the maid.
Yeah, which is really cool because I think before all of the actresses, or most of them, were white women, and now like they gave out another chance. And this show, I think the TV version has a little bit, like it's easier to get more audiences who don't have access to the theater. So it's cool in that sense that like more people can see a different person taking in on that role. And she's the lead too, so it's really cool.
Amazing.
All
right.
I was just going to ask, when was the first year? Like when was the first production ever?
So the first one was in 1986.
Oh.
If I'm not wrong. Yeah, in 1986.
Oh, wow.
And they're still going. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Selma, I think it would be a good time to learn about some childhood games. What do you think?
Oh, weren't we going to do 3 theater tidbits today? Or you want to just go?
Yeah, it's like, I think we have like enough time to go to some childhood games.
That's true. Okay. Well, that was the bonus for today. Jody and I, when we were trying to figure out topics, we just, again, as I said, we wanted to find things that were all fun and casual and light and playful. And I was like, wait, playful? What about our own childhood games? Like, because there are a lot of childhood games, I feel that they are the same in different countries and different nations, but they just have a completely different name. But most of the time, it is usually like you'll find an iteration of that same game somewhere else. So we figured let's see how Greece and Brazil have similarities or complete departure in childhood games. Chrysi, do you want to start again?
Let's kick the ball back to Greece. Greece has the ball. Possession.
Okay, so one that I remember was called a Bariza. And we used to play it both in my high school, or not high school. I was a bit older then. We had stopped playing that game by that point. But like middle school and elementary school, we used to play that a lot. It was called the Bariza, and the whole premise was that you were divided into groups, and one
Mhm.
group had one base, which was like it could be like a I don't know, like a chair or something that it's like or something that it's just there in the space that it cannot be moved. And then the other team has another thing that is like their base. And basically you're all running to chase each other.
Mhm.
But whoever has touched their base last has an advantage and can like grab somebody and conquer them and put them like as prisoners back
Yeah.
home base. So basically what happens is that a lot of people are running, and then like let's say if I'm chasing you, Jody, and you go home, like I'm chasing you because I touched my base last, but then you run to your base and then you touch your base and I'm close to chasing you.
Mhm.
If you touch your base, then you're chasing me, and then we go back again and start going to the
Oh,
other.
okay. So you need to clear it first before you can chase someone.
Exactly. You
Got
can
it,
be like, okay, so you touch the base, and then you like go after everybody from the opposite team,
Mhm.
like So it's like a lot of argument of who touched the base last. You can't grab me that much. Like you touched my, the classic things when you play when you chase people. That it's like you cannot pull my T-shirt. You have to.
Yeah, those are the same, huh? Culturally, everywhere. Don't pull my t-shirt.
Exactly.
Disagreeing on rules is a thing all the time.
Right?
You want to bend them your way.
Yeah.
So, what's in translation? What is the meaning of that game?
Okay, I have no idea.
It may not have one, and that's okay.
I don't even know if it is the root of the word is Greek or if it is Turkish. I'm not sure. Maybe the people who are watching right now, the Greek people are gonna be like, "What is she talking about? It means that." But I don't know right now.
Hmm.
But I'll look it up. I never wondered. It's just connected with my childhood. I'm like, oh, I'm is now. But now I'm like, I have no idea.
Nice.
And another one. Should I describe another one?
I think we should go back and forth with that one. So
Okay.
I think we'll take this one to Brazil right now.
Okay, Brazil, I will stop sharing my screen so that you can share your screen.
All right. So this one, I actually have a question to Chrysi because I'm not
Oh,
sure.
I love it. Giving each other questions, Selma.
Yes.
We're
I
up to date now.
So
Is it a challenge?
it's not a challenge, but so when I was researching the origin of this game, they said it traces back to like Greece, and so basically what it is, they said people used to play with like bones to talk to the gods and things like that. But in Brazil, it was brought in because of the Portuguese. And basically, how it works, you set a bunch of like stones or even like cough drops. That's what I use for mine. And you just try to pick them up. Like you throw one in the air and you pick one up and you pick both of them at the same time.
Oh.
And then you increase the numbers and then you do like one and then you pick up two and you throw one and you have to pick everything with the same hand without touching the floor. And that's basically how you win. So I was wondering if you guys like if you play this game too.
I've never played that game.
Can I we have a similar version in Singapore. We call it Five Stones.
Oh my god, we call it like Five Marias, which is like five berries.
Yeah. So but
Yeah.
ours is like a little cloth bag in like the shape of a pyramid, and it's beans inside. So when you throw it, there's a little bit of weight to it. So you kind of like throw one in the air, grab two, and then throw and then grab. Yeah, we call it Five Stones, and then there's like a whole pattern that you need to get through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's pretty similar. Yeah, people use like those bags too in Brazil.
Yeah.
They take a little work to make and everything, but yeah, it's the same, and it's a lot of fun. It's really hard, but it's fun. And yeah, that one's an older game, but like it's a lot of fun in my region. A lot of people play. Yeah, that was the game.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
similarities, even though it's not between
Right? Yeah, you never know like who's gonna like what kind, like the cultures just clash is really cool. Yeah.
Mhm.
Should I share another one, or we're like bouncing back to Greece now?
Yeah, I'm just gonna share something. Dorothea from Manila, Dorothea is one of our attendees here, says that there is a similar game over there in Manila called Jackstones.
Yeah.
And
So
also Tanya from the US says that there's a variant of it called Jacks, either with an X or a CKS.
Wow.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
But not in Greece.
But not in Greece, where it's supposed to have originated.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
At least not that I knew of. But to be fair, I grew up in Athens, so I'm a city
There you
girl.
go. Yeah, and Yue says in China as well. There's a game there.
Yeah. So is it called five stones in China too? 五个石头. You're just typing in. Not really.
Not really. Cool. All right. Nice. Okay, so we will take it back to Greece. Another game? Another childhood game?
Okay, so I don't know why, but we had this game. I think that's a more popular one. We had this game that we called either Mila, which means apples, or we would call it what is it? We would call it for some reason the German game, like the German game. I don't know why. So, and I was thinking about that, these things, because you guys told me to think about childhood games. I was like, I remembered of that game, and I'm like, why did we use, like, I have no idea, and I couldn't find online either why it was called the German game. It's interesting, very interesting though. And the whole idea is that, let me share so you can have a screen. I found some pictures. Okay, so we used to play that in high schools. In our schools, we used to play that like everywhere in my neighborhood. So the whole thing is that, again, you have two people on one, like they're like together, they're collaborating, that are standing opposite each other, and in the middle you put all the rest. You can see all the kids that are standing in the middle, and then you have like, so this girl in the white and this girl here in the front, they're the people who are trying to like throw the ball and burn the people in the center. They try to burn them, but if you do get to hit somebody, if you manage to hit somebody, that person comes with you, like this girl with the red t-shirt here.
Oh.
And then they collaborate with you. So like if the ball goes like towards her direction and she can catch it first and throw it back fast, then she can do it. So if they burn you, you go with them. But of course, the goal is to stay the last stand.
I'll get burned.
Yes, but if you manage to catch the ball without the ball falling down, you get an apple or a life, and that means that if you get hit one time, you don't lose. You just lost one life, and then you can stay in the game to keep on playing.
So,
and sometimes I have to tell you, it gets pretty violent, because like people would throw that ball so hard on you.
Oh, God.
Like you would have people like having the ball on their faces. There was supposed to be that you're not allowed to throw it on people's faces, but sometimes
you think it just
accidents happen.
wow. Aside from the burning, which is yeah. It's an iteration of dodgeball, more or less, with the only difference that it's between two teams. In Egypt, we have the same game. Again, we not like we just hit people. We don't call it burning. But the game is called fishermen. So the idea is that the two people on both sides, they're the fishermen, and the kids that are in the middle are fish. So when you hit a fish goes out. That's.
Oh, in Greece we burn them.
Can I ask a question? What is the graffiti that's on the wall right there? What does it say?
Okay, so it says 14th elementary school, like so it's like from a specific neighborhood in Athens. There's like the first, the second, and they're public schools, all of them.
Yeah.
Like first public elementary school.
Got it. Like PS21. PS1.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm so happy. I honestly, only with the quarantine, I realized that that Egyptian game that I'm telling you about is very similar to dodgeball. Like, it never registered in my head until I played it with my cousins. But yes, so I'm happy to hear that it exists in other parts of the world too. Cool. Brazil.
Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna share another video. So this game, it looks a little odd the way that's on the video. But basically how it works, you have 3 people. 2 of them have bats, and 1 is in the middle with a ball. And the people who have bats kind of have like a base right next to them, and it's like a drawn circle right next to them. And there's a can behind it, and basically your goal is you're trying to protect that can, and the person with the ball wants to knock it down. And so basically how you work and how you score if you have a bat, you just run across like in the video. So you run across and you hit your friend's pole, like, so the person with the ball just threw the ball, and then she knocks it down, and then you have to, like, the person lost, and then you start running around and you hit the pole, and that's how you score. And basically you only switch positions once the person with the ball can knock down the can. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of running. And you can really play, like, you can have bets and do it with bets, but if you can't, you can play with a can and like brooms, and it's a lot of fun.
It looks like fun. And my follow-up question was going to be, are there any of those games that you play as a grown-up? But clearly, yes. Luiza, I love the rug, I have to say. But also, it looks like so much fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It really is. And it's kind of like, it kind of looks like baseball a little bit, but not really. And then I read that it's kind of similar to cricket in a little bit, because you're kind of like protecting your base, and it's very like ground level type of thing. You don't actually like throw it out, the ball. So yeah, but it's pretty cool. And yeah, it's a lot of running.
So did the video get to play through, or is it frozen?
It did. It's just very short. Yeah, that's the end of the video.
Okay.
Yeah. Should I play it again? Like, I'll play it again. It's only 20 seconds long, so it can play while we talk, I guess.
I don't think I saw that part.
So that's basically how it goes.
Fine, you lost. There you go. Aw.
Are you guys like hitting the brooms in the middle?
Yeah, that's how you score it. Yeah, the broom. Yeah, now it's done. Now it's frozen. Yeah.
Amazing.
Looks, yeah, I want to be in that quarantine household.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing this. I know we still have one more theater tidbit, but I feel given time, we would like to give you both the platform to talk a little bit about, well, now that we've gotten to know fun things about you and your country, to know about your journey as an artist, or why is it that you came to the U.S., how you came to the U.S., a little bit about your work. And maybe if we have more time after that, we can get into the third theater tidbit. But for the time being, let's get to know you as artists.
Yeah. Chrysi, would you tell us your journey, please?
That's very interesting. How to tell your journey in like a very short amount of time. So I'll try. I started obviously from Greece. I've lived in Greece for 25 years since I was born, and then I moved to New York to pursue acting. I was already acting. It's just my studies were here in New York. I've been acting since I was like 11. I started from ancient Greek tragedies, like a lot of kids from Greece do. And I was like casted in like super dramatic major roles that you usually play when you're like 60 and established, but in Greece, no, you play them when you're like 14. And anyway, and then the love for acting just started, but I kept on saying to myself, this is just a hobby. But then I kept on acting. It just happened, and then I was in several productions back in Greece, While at the same time, I was also studying economics at the Athens University of Economics and Business. I graduated from there, and then after I graduated and I made my parents happy, I I said this is the time that I'm gonna really devote myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew that I wanted to travel, and I knew that I wanted to live abroad. I mean, outside of Greece for a while. It was about, I was trying to make the choice between New York and London because I wanted to be based on a city that is multicultural. It is an aspect that completely inspires me and interests me in my career and artistically. So one thing led to the next, and I came to the Stella Adler studio where I graduated like a year ago from their 3-year conservatory. And all this time, it has been a crazy ride. It has been amazing. Since then, I've been part and I've co-founded an international theater company here in New York called Team Theater with a lovely and super talented and gifted group of other people, of other artists that we're focusing on breaking the borders and actually celebrating the fact that there's so many people in the world that are like citizens of the world and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
of one country, which I think it is the case for everybody. It's just that some of us feel it even more because we travel so much. And our main goal is to create projects here in New York, but also projects all over the world. We have like people from 10 different countries right now, and we still want to expand, and we want to celebrate diversity, cultural diversity, and all of the spectrums of like diversity. And that's a big thing that I'm very proud of and super excited about for what it has done, but also for what it is that we're going to do. And I'm also very excited to see, scared, but also very excited to see how things are gonna plan out for all us artists, actors, actresses, so on and so forth, from now on after the pandemic. But I think that things are gonna be good because people really need the arts, and especially after something like that, people are going to really already have, but even more so in the future, are going to lean on the arts even more. So yeah, I produce, I have directed sometimes. I just started writing because of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm doing that bad. I think I'm better than I thought. And then I'm basically an actor. Yeah, so that's a very fast summarization of everything.
Are
Very
there
cool summary.
works that
Summaries.
you're drawn to? Like, are you more drawn to like dramatics, comedy?
So I thought that I'm a dramatic actress. Everybody that knows me is like, okay, Chrysi equals drama.
I
But
mean, your headshot says drama. Get away from that girl. She's drama.
but the truth is that I'm completely a teddy bear inside, and also I am a huge goofball. And after some time, I started realizing that that's also a big part of what I love, and the characters that I love to explore are completely goofballs. So that's why in my career as well, I have both casted, and I've been interested to keep on working on that as like clowns in Shakespeare, or like the comedic characters. So I've participated in many comedies. In Shakespeare, I've done a lot of comedic roles, and I realized that I actually I really need it, and I really love it. And I think I'm okay. I'm okay in it. I think I do well.
I'm sure you're very talented.
Well, given that the mission of your theater company more or less aligns with this entire festival,
Yes.
I was wondering if you can at least share with us in that group chat a link about your theater company, and
Of course, of
maybe
course.
we can, I don't know, we can figure out.
Definitely, I'll share our
Yes.
website with you at the thing. But I think Luiza, unless you guys have another question, I can go do that and give the Luiza the turn to talk.
We're ready to go to Brazil now.
Yay.
Come on,
So my journey, like here in the U.S., it started when I was like 16. My mom was doing a master's degree in Maryland, and I finished high school here. And then once I graduated, I knew I wanted to do something related either to like media and like films. But I was really involved in the theater department, so I kind of ended up going to school for theater. And I ended up dedicating most of my time to like performance and theater. And now that I graduated last year, almost like, a year ago, and I've been like, everything was pretty new to me. Like, I guess like for everyone, once you just graduate and you're trying to like figure out how everything works. But because I wasn't working as an actress in Brazil since I moved here like a while ago. So I've been trying to transition a little bit more to film because I haven't done it that much, and it's something that really interests me. And so I've been like doing theater. I do theater, but I want to transition a little bit more to film. And I'm just like exploring more like different theater companies in the city, and there's even like a Brazilian theater company in the city that I didn't even know, and I think it's really cool, and they just like try to share the Brazilian culture with here in New York, which is really cool. And I always wanted to live in New York too, because you really get to meet people from all over the place and you get to learn so much. And that's basically my journey here.
Yeah, Luiza, I was wondering, do you find that in your journey of acting, the projects that you have taken up, how does your Brazilianness seep into the role, or in how you tackle the roles?
So so how usually, like a lot of times when I'm auditioning, they see that I'm Brazilian. So I haven't been asked to not do a Brazilian accent, just like work with my accent. So I guess the way that I do it, I just play, like I have my base of like who I am, and then I build the character on top of that and I just go with that, like, and people can tell that I have like a different accent like here and there. But I think it's really powerful, especially I did a play called Clean House, and it's about a Brazilian maid. And in that play, I spoke Portuguese, and it was really, really cool. And people were very like intrigued and interested to meet like this other character that it's from a different culture. And it was a lot of fun, and it was really cool to work with other people that didn't know a lot about Brazil. And
Yeah. Is Clean House an American play?
Yeah, it's by Sarah Rule. She's an American playwright.
Oh yeah, Sarah Rule. Yeah. That's very cool.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun, and then it has like the perfect mix of like comedy, and it has a little bit of drama in there, and it's like magical realism, and it's a lot of fun.
So it's kind of like the theater tidbit, the second theater tidbit that you shared. The lead character is that maid, and
yeah. Yeah, and it is really like it's a little. The characters are a little bit different, but like I guess like having maids is a big culture in Brazil. It's a big part of like how a lot of people get employed, and it's like a very everyday, like a lot of people are maids, and you meet a lot of people. So I think like having a character like that, it's like something people point out that is like part of the Brazilian culture. So it's really funny how that's like the thing that she grabbed, and then it's similar to other works that are out there in Brazil.
Cool, thank you.
Nice, thank you. Okay, we have what? We have 6 more minutes. I don't know. Do we want to share another the very, very last theater tidbit very quickly in no details?
How about this? You both have like theater tidbit and a game left. Feel free to share one.
Right.
How's that?
Okay. Yeah.
And then let's go for our opening party, which will be at 6:30
right.
p.m. All right. So Chrysi, did you get to share the link of your theater company in the chat?
She did.
Okay, amazing.
I did.
And would you like to go to share one more thing, Chrysi, so I can start?
I haven't decided what to do.
Luiza?
I have one.
Oh, go.
Okay, Luiza, go for it.
I'm going to stop share so you can share.
Oh, yeah, this one is just like a picture, but basically it's just about this really cool Brazilian company, and it's a theater company here in New York. And like, if you're ever interested in seeing a Brazilian play, they do plays in Portuguese, but with subtitles around the stage. So you really get to experience it. And they do works from like our big playwrights, but they also celebrate big writers. And like this year, it's like the anniversary of one of our big writers. Her name is Chrysi. And like right now, they're doing lives online that you can just like listen to other Brazilian actors, some that are acting in Brazil, read her works, and it's really, really cool. And they have events throughout like the year when there's a pandemic, and they have like events with Brazilian food, so it can be really good food. And you
I was looking at the food. Do they always have food at their shows?
I'm not sure about the shows, but like at least like every once in a while they have this big, like, they call it like a pão de queijo, like I think it's like it's just like a meeting type of thing, and it's really good food. Like they have really cool, and they have pão de queijo is like this cheesy bread that's very typical from Brazil. So
cheese and bread.
Yeah.
So where do they usually hold their shows? Do they have a resident theater that they use or rent?
Yes, they have their own theater. I'm not sure exactly where it is. I didn't write down in the city. But they have their own theater. I can leave the link of their website in the chat if anyone is interested. And they do a bunch of different shows. And it's really, really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you for sharing. Group.br is your name.
Group.br. NY's only Brazilian theater company.
Wow.
That is definitely worth checking out.
Yes.
Chrysi, have you decided?
Yes, I did. Okay. So I'm gonna share something that it used to be like a game for us, but also it's a big part of our culture and tradition. So we once per year we have a day that we call the Clean Monday.
Clean Monday, okay.
The Clean Monday, and it's connected with our Orthodox Greek Orthodox religion. It's the beginning of the 40 days of fasting before our Easter, before we're allowed again, supposedly, for whoever follows that tradition, it's the first day of the 40 days of fasting before our Easter. And after the last day of Easter on that Sunday, the first day of Easter, I'm sorry, it's the first day you can eat again meat and stop fasting. So that first day, which we call the Clean Monday, which also symbolizes the end of our carnival. So we have this thing that we create kites, and we fly kites, and we set them free. And I'm going to show you a picture.
Yes, please.
So just so you can see, it's just like from an article about the day. It's like they're like, pre-corona virus days. Where people could be many of them in one place. So a lot of those kites, either some families would like buy them, or some families would actually create them. Sometimes with my house we'll actually create it, and it's like,
wow.
I don't know if you have ever tried to fly a kite, but it's like one of the coolest things ever. And it's like, if you look outside of your window on a Clean Monday, you'll see so many kites like flying all like through like in the horizon, and it's one of the best things. And in my childhood, it's like so embedded with like very good memories and all that stuff. Though once I have to say, because if you know how to fly, so in order to fly a kite, you need one person that holds it, and then you need one person to hold the rope. When the wind is good, the person that holds the kite releases the kite, and the person that holds the rope starts to run in the opposite direction of the wind.
Oh.
And then the kite starts to rise. So once I was the person holding the rope, and I was trying to make the kite fly, and I hadn't seen that there was like a huge hole on the floor on the ground. So I was running, and then I fell into the hole. And It was the most. It was the most ridiculously funny, but also sad effort to make the kite fly.
That's where you got your training for clown roles.
There you go. I am
The experiences, right? You live it and then you act it.
Jody, I have to tell you, it's like exactly what you're saying. I don't.
Clowning.
In reality, if I stop trying, I'm just a clown. Doesn't make sense.
I love it.
Yeah.
Right.
That sounds like so much fun, actually.
Sorry.
Like flying kites, I tried it a couple of times and failed drastically. It looks like fun, but you know, it's not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think there we have it. We
Yeah.
have our very first session of Global Forms Theater Festival. So you can share this video with your friends who in Brazil and Greece who are not able to be here. But Chrysi from Greece and Luiza from Brazil. Wait, where's my clap emoji?
Oh wait, reaction.
I clap
Yeah,
for you for real.
to do that. Yeah, we're gonna.
Yay! Thank you for being our opening session, and this was so much. I had so much fun.
Me too.
Yeah.
I mean, I learned so much more than I could ever had if I was just sitting at home doing
Yeah.
nothing.
Now I want first trip to go to Greece to check out that theater, and maybe
Yes.
go around Easter so I can also witness the whole kite festival. It's around Easter, but still. And I want to check out all those Brazilian plays.
Amazing. All right. So for everyone who's watching, remember we do have our opening party at 6:30 p.m. You'll be able to find links somewhere if you keep digging.
If you go on the website, you'll find the section for the opening dance party, and you can go in RSVP, and then you'll get the Zoom link so you can join us.
Yes, Christy has a lot of great music planned for us.
Yeah, from also at least from 28 countries. Presuming everyone or plus, but
Well, not everybody, but a lot send more than one track. So
I
that's
sent from Singapore.
yeah, I sent.
Yeah, looking forward.
Yeah.
All right. So
All right.
I think that's a wrap.
Tomorrow we have another Global Gab at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Short,
And
quick,
then
and
the day after. And then the
every day.
Except Saturday. Yeah. And then Selma and I will come together for our closing highlights. And we will have a highlight from Greece and Brazil too, for sure.
yay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for those who joined us, and see you hopefully in a bit for the party.
Yeah. And I think right now we all leave the meeting.
Yes.
Leave the meeting.